Ladies and gentlemen. Today, I want to talk about something deeply personal yet universally resonant: the power of knowing your worth. We often find ourselves questioning our value, especially when faced with loss or rejection. But what if I told you that those moments can be transformative? Recognizing your value is the foundation upon which all other aspects of personal growth and fulfillment are built. It's essential to understand that self-worth is not determined by external validation, societal expectations, or the opinions of others. Instead, it stems from within a deep, intrinsic understanding of who you are and what you bring to the world. When you truly recognize your value, you empower yourself to make choices that reflect your worth and align with your true self. Often, we find ourselves seeking approval or validation from others, hoping that their recognition will confirm our own worth. This cycle can be exhausting and detrimental. It leads us to compromise our beliefs, our desires, and ultimately our happiness. The truth is that external validation is fleeting. It can be here one moment and gone the next. When we tie our self-worth to how others perceive us, we place our happiness in their hands, leaving us vulnerable and often disappointed. To break this cycle, it's crucial to cultivate a strong sense of self-awareness. Take time to reflect on your strengths, values, and passions. What makes you unique? What are the qualities that you admire in yourself? Engage in practices like journaling or mindfulness to help clarify your thoughts and feelings. By becoming more attuned to who you are at your core, you can begin to build a more solid foundation of self-worth. In this journey, it's also vital to confront and challenge negative self-talk. We often have an internal dialogue that undermines our confidence, filled with doubt and criticism. It's important to recognize these thoughts for what they are: products of fear and insecurity, not reflections of reality. When you catch yourself engaging in negative self-talk, pause and reframe those thoughts. Instead of thinking, "I'm not good enough," consider affirming statements like, "I have unique qualities that contribute to my worth." This shift in mindset can have a profound impact on how you view yourself and your value in the world. Another powerful practice is to surround yourself with people who uplift and inspire you. The company you keep significantly influences your perception of yourself. Seek out relationships that encourage you to shine, where your worth is acknowledged and celebrated. These positive interactions reinforce your value and create an environment where you feel safe to express your true self. Conversely, distance yourself from those who diminish your worth or engage in constant criticism. This doesn't mean cutting ties with everyone who challenges you, as constructive feedback can be valuable. Rather, it means recognizing when a relationship is toxic and detrimental to your self-esteem. It's also important to celebrate your achievements, no matter how small they may seem. Take time to acknowledge your efforts and successes, both in your personal and professional life. Each step you take toward your goals is a testament to your abilities and determination. Keeping a gratitude journal or a list of accomplishments can serve as a tangible reminder of your worth. When you recognize and celebrate your achievements, you reinforce the belief that you are deserving of success and happiness. Another key aspect of recognizing your value is understanding that it's not static. Your worth is not defined by a single moment or experience. It evolves as you grow and learn. Embrace the idea that you are a work in progress. Each challenge you face and overcome adds to your resilience and character. Allow yourself the grace to grow and change. By viewing your journey as a series of experiences that contribute to your overall worth, you can cultivate a more compassionate and flexible view of yourself. In this context, it's essential to approach failures and setbacks with a different mindset. Instead of allowing these experiences to diminish your sense of worth, reframe them as opportunities for growth. Every setback can teach you something valuable, whether it's a lesson about perseverance, humility, or the importance of adjusting your goals. This perspective shift allows you to maintain your self-worth even in the face of challenges. Practice self-care as a means of reinforcing your value. Prioritize activities that nurture your mind, body, and spirit. This could include exercise, creative pursuits, or simply spending time in nature. When you take care of yourself, you send a powerful message that you are worthy of love and attention, not just from others, but from yourself. Self-care is an act of self-respect, a way to honor your value by ensuring you are physically and mentally well. In addition to self-care, continue to invest in your personal development. Pursue learning opportunities, whether through formal education, hobbies, or new experiences. Expanding your skills and knowledge not only enhances your capabilities, but also reinforces your sense of worth. Each new accomplishment adds to your confidence and serves as a reminder that you are constantly evolving and deserving of respect and recognition. Recognizing your value is an ongoing journey. It requires consistent effort and reflection, as well as a willingness to challenge societal norms and expectations. Embrace the complexities of who you are and allow yourself to exist authentically in a world that often tries to define worth through narrow lenses. By cultivating a deep understanding of your value, you not only empower yourself but also inspire others to do the same. This journey of self-discovery and acceptance is transformative, leading you to a place where you not only believe in your worth but radiate it, attracting those who will appreciate and honor you for exactly who you are. Embracing vulnerability is one of the most powerful acts we can undertake on our journey to recognizing our worth and living authentically. In a world that often equates strength with stoicism, many of us hesitate to reveal our true selves, fearing judgment or rejection. Yet vulnerability is not a weakness, rather, it is the very essence of courage. It's the willingness to show up, to be seen, and to share our stories, even the messy, imperfect parts. At its core, vulnerability involves risk. It requires us to step outside our comfort zones and expose our innermost thoughts and feelings. This can be daunting, especially when we consider how often society encourages us to put on a facade of perfection. We may worry that if we reveal our insecurities or struggles, we will be dismissed or ridiculed. However, the irony is that by embracing vulnerability, we actually forge deeper connections with others. When we share our authentic selves, we invite others to do the same, creating a space for mutual understanding and empathy. Consider the relationships in your life. The most meaningful connections often stem from moments of vulnerability, sharing fears, hopes, and dreams. It's in these authentic exchanges that we find common ground and cultivate trust. When we allow ourselves to be vulnerable, we dismantle the barriers that isolate us. We discover that we are not alone in our struggles, that others, too, experience doubt, fear, and uncertainty. This shared humanity creates bonds that are far more profound than those built on superficiality. Embracing vulnerability also empowers us to confront our fears head-on. It requires us to acknowledge our imperfections and accept that we are indeed works in progress. This self-acceptance is liberating. It frees us from the shackles of self-doubt and the relentless pursuit of perfection. Instead of striving for an unattainable ideal, we learn to appreciate ourselves for who we are in the present moment. This shift in mindset allows us to approach life with greater resilience and openness, welcoming both successes and failures as essential components of our growth. One of the greatest misconceptions about vulnerability is that it is synonymous with weakness. In reality, it takes immense strength to be vulnerable. It requires us to face our fears, to confront the possibility of rejection, and to risk emotional exposure. This bravery cultivates a sense of authenticity that can inspire those around us. When we demonstrate vulnerability, we model the importance of being true to oneself, encouraging others to embrace their own imperfections. This ripple effect can create a culture of openness and acceptance, transforming not only individual relationships but entire communities. Practicing vulnerability also involves confronting our internal narratives, those often critical voices that tell us we're not enough. These narratives can be deeply ingrained, shaped by past experiences, societal messages, and comparisons to others. To embrace vulnerability, we must challenge these harmful beliefs and replace them with affirming truths. This can be a gradual process, but it starts with self-reflection and mindfulness. Take time to notice when self-critical thoughts arise. Instead of accepting them as fact, question their validity. Ask yourself, is this thought rooted in reality, or is it a product of fear? Journaling can be a powerful tool in this process. Writing down your thoughts and feelings can help you identify patterns in your thinking and recognize when vulnerability is being overshadowed by fear. Allow yourself to explore your emotions freely on the page. This act of expression can serve as a release and provide clarity, enabling you to confront your vulnerabilities with greater awareness and compassion. Engaging in open conversations with trusted friends or family members can also foster vulnerability. Share your fears, dreams, and experiences with those who support you. This practice not only reinforces your connections, but also helps normalize vulnerability within your relationships. And when you see others respond with understanding and empathy, It validates your experience and encourages further openness. In these dialogues, remember that it's okay to ask for support. Reaching out for help when you're feeling vulnerable is a sign of strength, not weakness. It signifies a recognition that we are all interconnected and that seeking support is a vital part of the human experience. Another important aspect of embracing vulnerability is recognizing the role of courage in our lives. Every time we take a step toward being vulnerable, we are making a courageous choice. Whether it's expressing our true feelings in a difficult conversation or pursuing a passion that feels risky, these acts of bravery accumulate, gradually reshaping our relationship with ourselves and others. Celebrate these moments of courage, no matter how small they may seem. Each one is a testament to your strength and your commitment to living authentically. As you embrace vulnerability, it's also crucial to create a safe environment for yourself. This might involve setting boundaries with people who do not respect your openness or who react negatively to your vulnerabilities. Surround yourself with those who uplift you and provide a sense of safety, where you feel comfortable sharing your true self without fear of judgment. Cultivating this supportive network allows you to engage in vulnerability with greater confidence, knowing that you have allies who will affirm your worth and stand by you. Embracing vulnerability is an ongoing journey, a practice that evolves as we grow. It requires patience and self-compassion. There will be times when we stumble, when fear creeps back in, or when we feel hesitant to share our true selves. In those moments, it's essential to remind ourselves that vulnerability is a strength, and that each step we take, no matter how small, is a valuable part of our growth. By committing to this practice, we not only enrich our own lives, but also create a ripple effect that can inspire others to embrace their vulnerability, fostering deeper connections and a more compassionate world. Setting boundaries is a crucial aspect of cultivating a healthy relationship with ourselves and others. Many of us struggle with this concept, often confusing boundaries with selfishness or fear of conflict. In reality, boundaries are a form of self-respect. They define what we are comfortable with and what we will not tolerate, serving as a protective barrier that allows us to engage with the world on our own terms. Understanding and establishing boundaries is essential for our mental and emotional well-being, as well as for the health of our relationships. When we fail to set clear boundaries, we may find ourselves feeling overwhelmed, resentful, or even taken advantage of. This often occurs when we prioritize others' needs over our own, leading to burnout and dissatisfaction. By neglecting our own limits, we risk losing sight of our values and compromising our well-being. Recognizing the importance of boundaries helps us reclaim our space, allowing us to live authentically and in alignment with our true selves. Establishing boundaries begins with self-awareness. To know where we need to set limits, we must first understand our needs, values, and feelings. Take time to reflect on what makes you feel comfortable and what crosses the line for you. This may involve identifying situations that leave you feeling drained or disrespected. Journaling can be a useful tool in this process, helping you articulate your thoughts and feelings. Consider questions like, what situations make me feel uncomfortable? When do I feel the need to say no? By becoming attuned to your emotional responses, you can gain clarity on where boundaries are necessary. Once you have a clearer understanding of your needs, the next step is to communicate those boundaries effectively. This can be challenging, especially if you are not accustomed to asserting yourself. However, clear communication is key to ensuring that others understand your limits. Use I statements to express your feelings and needs, such as, I feel overwhelmed when I take on too many commitments, so I need to limit my involvement. This approach is less likely to be perceived as accusatory and emphasizes your perspective, making it easier for others to understand your boundaries. It's important to recognize that not everyone will respond positively to your boundaries, and that's okay. Some people may resist or react defensively, especially if they are accustomed to having access to your time and energy without limits. Remember that setting boundaries is an act of self-care, and it is not your responsibility to manage others' reactions. You are entitled to prioritize your well-being, and doing so can ultimately lead to healthier and more respectful relationships. As you begin to set boundaries, be prepared for potential pushback. Some individuals may test your limits or attempt to negotiate them. This is a normal part of the process. Stand firm in your decisions and remember that your boundaries are not up for debate. Reinforce your limits with kindness, but also with confidence. For instance, if someone asks for a favor that exceeds your comfort level, you might say, I appreciate you thinking of me, but I cannot take that on right now. This communicates your refusal while also showing that you respect the other person. In addition to setting boundaries with others, it's crucial to establish boundaries with yourself. This involves recognizing and challenging your own behaviors that may undermine your well-being. For example, if you find yourself constantly checking work emails after hours or scrolling through social media late at night, it's essential to set limits on these habits. Create a schedule that prioritizes self-care, rest, and activities that recharge you. By establishing personal boundaries, you can better manage your time and energy, allowing you to be more present in both your personal and professional life. Another important aspect of boundary setting is understanding that it is not a one-time effort. Boundaries may evolve as circumstances change or as you grow. Regularly reassess your needs and adjust your boundaries accordingly. Life is dynamic, and what may have worked in the past may no longer serve you. Being flexible and willing to adapt your boundaries is a sign of self-awareness and personal growth. It is essential to model healthy boundaries for others. By practicing boundary setting in your own life, you not only empower yourself but also encourage those around you to do the same. When friends, family, or colleagues witness you prioritizing your needs and communicating your limits, they may feel inspired to follow suit. This creates a ripple effect, fostering an environment where mutual respect and understanding thrive. Setting boundaries can also enhance your self-esteem and sense of autonomy. When you actively assert your limits, you send a powerful message to yourself that your needs matter. This act of self-advocacy reinforces the belief that you deserve to be treated with respect and dignity. As you practice boundary setting, you may find that you become more confident in other areas of your life as well, embracing opportunities that align with your values and aspirations. It's important to acknowledge that setting boundaries can be uncomfortable, especially if you are not used to it. You may experience guilt or fear of disappointing others. However, it's crucial to remind yourself that your worth is not dependent on how others perceive your boundaries. Embrace the discomfort as a sign of growth. Over time, as you practice setting and maintaining boundaries, you will likely find that it becomes easier and more natural. Setting boundaries is an essential skill for maintaining our well-being and fostering healthy relationships. It requires self-awareness, effective communication, and the courage to prioritize our needs. While the process may be challenging, the rewards are profound. By establishing and maintaining boundaries, we create a space where we can thrive, connecting authentically with ourselves and others. Remember that you are deserving of respect and that your needs matter. Embrace the journey of boundary setting, knowing that it is a vital step toward living a life that reflects your true self. Cultivating self-compassion is a transformative practice that profoundly impacts our mental and emotional well-being. In a world that often emphasizes achievement, perfection, and external validation, many of us fall into the trap of self-criticism and harsh judgment. We may believe that being tough on ourselves is the path to improvement and success. However, this approach often leads to feelings of inadequacy, anxiety, and burnout. Self-compassion offers a different way, a gentle and nurturing attitude towards ourselves that fosters resilience, understanding, and growth. At its core, self-compassion involves treating ourselves with the same kindness, concern, and support that we would offer to a dear friend. It's about recognizing that we are all human, that we all make mistakes, and that we all experience pain and suffering. When we practice self-compassion, we acknowledge our struggles without judgment and embrace our imperfections as part of the shared human experience. This perspective allows us to cultivate a sense of connection with others, reminding us that we are not alone in our challenges. One of the foundational elements of self-compassion is mindfulness. Mindfulness encourages us to be present with our thoughts and feelings, observing them without becoming overwhelmed or reacting impulsively. When we experience difficult emotions, whether it's sadness, anger, or disappointment, mindfulness invites us to acknowledge those feelings without judgment. Instead of suppressing or ignoring our pain, we can sit with it, recognize its presence, and give ourselves permission to feel. This practice helps to create space for self-compassion, allowing us to respond to our struggles with kindness rather than criticism. It's important to understand that self-compassion does not mean self-indulgence or complacency. It doesn't mean we let ourselves off the hook for our mistakes or failures. Instead, self-compassion encourages us to acknowledge our shortcomings while also recognizing our humanity. When we make a mistake, we can learn from it without descending into a spiral of self-blame. For instance, rather than berating ourselves for a misstep, we can reflect on the situation, understand what went wrong, and identify steps for improvement. This balanced approach fosters growth while maintaining a sense of kindness toward ourselves. A powerful aspect of self-compassion is its ability to counteract negative self-talk. Many of us have an inner critic that is harsh and unforgiving, often echoing messages we've internalized from society, upbringing, or past experiences. This inner voice can be relentless, leading us to doubt our abilities and worth. When we practice self-compassion, we begin to challenge these negative narratives. We replace self-criticism with affirmations of our value and potential. For example, instead of thinking, "I'm a failure," we can reframe that thought to, "I made a mistake, but I am still capable and worthy." This shift in language is not just about being positive, it's about being honest and nurturing. Engaging in self-compassion also involves recognizing our emotional needs and addressing them with care. Often, we may ignore or dismiss our feelings, thinking that we should be able to handle everything on our own. However, self-compassion encourages us to tune into what we need, whether it's rest, support, or a break from our responsibilities. This practice fosters emotional intelligence as we learn to identify our needs and respond to them with compassion. For instance, if we feel overwhelmed, instead of pushing through, we might choose to take a step back, prioritize self-care, and allow ourselves time to recharge. A practical way to cultivate self-compassion is through self-care rituals. These rituals can be simple yet impactful practices that nourish our bodies and minds. This might include taking a warm bath, going for a walk in nature, or setting aside time for a hobby that brings joy. Engaging in self-care is an act of self-love, a way to remind ourselves that we are deserving of care and attention. By incorporating these practices into our daily lives, we reinforce the message that our well-being matters. Another effective strategy for fostering self-compassion is to practice gratitude. When we take time to reflect on what we are grateful for, whether it's supportive relationships, personal achievements, or simple pleasures, we shift our focus from what we lack to what we have. This perspective can counteract feelings of inadequacy and encourage a more positive self-image. Gratitude helps us recognize our strengths and the abundance in our lives, fostering a greater sense of self-worth. It's essential to remember that self-compassion is a skill that takes practice. It's not something that happens overnight. It requires patience and commitment. Start by noticing moments when you are self-critical. Pay attention to your inner dialogue and how you respond to your mistakes or challenges. As you become more aware of these patterns, consciously choose to respond with kindness instead. This might involve pausing to take a deep breath, acknowledging your feelings, and offering yourself words of encouragement. Over time, these small shifts can lead to significant changes in how you relate to yourself. Surrounding yourself with supportive people can amplify your self-compassion journey. Engage with individuals who uplift and inspire you, who understand the importance of self-kindness. Share your experiences and struggles with them, and listen to their stories as well. This mutual exchange fosters a sense of community, reminding us that we are all navigating our journeys together. Supportive relationships can serve as a powerful reminder that we deserve compassion and understanding, both from ourselves and others. As you cultivate self-compassion, it's important to be gentle with yourself during the process. There will be days when self-criticism creeps back in, or when you struggle to offer yourself the kindness you deserve. In those moments, remind yourself that this journey is not about perfection, it's about progress. Every effort you make towards self-compassion is a step forward. Celebrate your victories, no matter how small, and allow yourself to learn from the setbacks without judgment. Embracing self-compassion transforms not only how we view ourselves, but also how we engage with the world. When we treat ourselves with kindness and understanding, we are more likely to extend that same compassion to others. This creates a ripple effect, fostering a culture of empathy and connection. As we learn to love and accept ourselves, we become better equipped to navigate life's challenges, build meaningful relationships, and contribute positively to our communities. Self-compassion is not just a personal practice, it's a powerful force for collective healing and growth. By cultivating this essential quality, we empower ourselves to live authentically, embrace our humanity, and thrive in an often challenging world. Focusing on growth is a vital component of our personal development journey, and it requires a mindset shift that embraces learning and resilience over perfection and fear of failure. In a society that often prioritizes immediate success and tangible results, we can easily lose sight of the importance of growth as a continuous process. This shift in perspective allows us to approach challenges not as obstacles, but as opportunities for learning and self-improvement. At the heart of a growth-focused mindset is the understanding that failure is not the end. Rather, it is an integral part of the journey. When we adopt this perspective, we begin to see failures as stepping stones rather than roadblocks. Each setback offers valuable lessons that can inform our future decisions and actions. For instance, consider a time when you faced a significant challenge, perhaps in your career, education, or personal life. Reflecting on that experience, you may realize that what seemed like a failure at the moment ultimately provided insights that helped you grow. This is the essence of focusing on growth, recognizing that each experience, regardless of the outcome, contributes to our development. Embracing a growth mindset also involves cultivating curiosity. When we approach life with a sense of wonder and an eagerness to learn, we open ourselves up to new experiences and perspectives. Curiosity drives us to ask questions, seek out new information, and explore different avenues. Instead of shying away from challenges, we become motivated to delve deeper into unfamiliar territory. This not only enhances our skills and knowledge, but also fosters a sense of adventure and excitement in our lives. To cultivate curiosity, we can start by challenging ourselves to try new things, whether that's picking up a new hobby, taking a class, or engaging in conversations with people who have different backgrounds or viewpoints. Each new experience expands our horizons and enriches our understanding of the world around us. By stepping outside our comfort zones, we reinforce the notion that growth often occurs in moments of uncertainty and exploration. Another crucial aspect of focusing on growth is setting realistic and achievable goals. When we establish clear, actionable goals, we create a roadmap that guides our efforts. These goals should be specific, measurable, and time-bound, allowing us to track our progress and celebrate our achievements along the way. However, it's essential to approach goal setting with flexibility. Sometimes the path we envision may not unfold as planned, and that's okay. When we remain adaptable, we can adjust our goals as necessary, ensuring that they continue to reflect our evolving interests and circumstances. In addition to setting personal goals, it's important to recognize the significance of incremental progress. Growth is often a gradual process, and it's easy to become discouraged when we don't see immediate results. Instead of fixating on the end result, we should celebrate small victories and milestones along the way. Acknowledging these achievements reinforces our motivation and reminds us that each step, no matter how small, contributes to our overall growth. Accountability plays a vital role in maintaining our focus on growth. Sharing our goals and aspirations with trusted friends, family members, or mentors creates a support system that encourages us to stay committed. When we have others who believe in us and hold us accountable, we are more likely to push through challenges and stay on track. This support can be invaluable during times of doubt or when we encounter obstacles. Engaging in regular check-ins with accountability partners helps us reflect on our progress and reassess our strategies, ensuring we remain focused on growth. Seeking feedback is an essential component of growth. Constructive criticism provides us with insights that can inform our actions and decisions. Instead of viewing feedback as a threat, we can embrace it as a valuable resource for improvement. When we actively seek feedback from others, whether it's from colleagues, mentors, or peers, we demonstrate our commitment to growth and our willingness to learn. It's important to approach feedback with an open mind, recognizing that it offers opportunities for reflection and development. Resilience is another critical element in the pursuit of growth. Life is filled with challenges and setbacks, and our ability to bounce back from adversity determines our long-term success. Building resilience involves developing coping strategies that enable us to navigate difficult situations. This may include practicing mindfulness, cultivating a strong support network, and maintaining a positive outlook. When we encounter obstacles, resilience allows us to view them as temporary hurdles rather than insurmountable barriers. By fostering resilience, we empower ourselves to continue moving forward even when the path is rocky. We must learn to let go of the fear of judgment or criticism. Often we hold ourselves back from pursuing growth because we worry about what others might think. This fear can stifle our creativity, limit our potential, and prevent us from taking risks. Embracing a growth-focused mindset means recognizing that everyone has their own journey, and not everyone will understand or appreciate our choices. When we focus on our personal growth rather than seeking external approval, we can pursue our passions and interests with greater freedom and authenticity. It's also essential to remember that growth is not a linear process. There will be times when we feel stagnant or experience setbacks. During these moments, it's crucial to practice self-compassion. Acknowledge that it's okay to feel frustrated or discouraged. Instead of being harsh on ourselves, we can remind ourselves that growth is a journey, and every step, even the difficult ones, contributes to our overall development. By being gentle with ourselves during challenging times, we can maintain our motivation and resilience. Engaging in reflection is a powerful tool for growth. Regularly taking time to assess our experiences, successes, and challenges allows us to glean insights that inform our future actions. This practice can take various forms, such as journaling, meditation, or simply setting aside quiet time for contemplation. Reflection helps us identify patterns in our behavior and decision-making, enabling us to make more informed choices moving forward. Finally, it's important to celebrate the growth of others as well. When we recognize and support the growth of those around us, we contribute to a positive and encouraging environment. Celebrate the successes of friends, family, or colleagues and encourage them to pursue their goals. This not only strengthens our relationships, but also reinforces the idea that growth is a communal journey, where we can uplift and inspire one another. Focusing on growth is about embracing the journey of self-discovery, learning, and resilience. It requires a shift in mindset that values progress over perfection and fosters curiosity and adaptability. By setting realistic goals, seeking feedback, cultivating resilience, and reflecting on our experiences, we create a robust framework for personal development. As we commit to this path, we not only enrich our own lives, but also inspire others to embrace their journeys of growth, fostering a community that thrives on learning and connection. Letting go is one of the most challenging yet liberating practices we can engage in. It often involves releasing attachments to people, outcomes, or situations that no longer serve us, allowing for growth and renewal. The act of letting go is not about forgetting or dismissing our experiences. Rather, it is about acknowledging their impact on our lives and making a conscious choice to move forward. This process can be daunting, as it often requires confronting feelings of loss, fear, and uncertainty. However, it is also a necessary step toward creating space for new opportunities, relationships, and personal development. To begin the process of letting go, we must first acknowledge what we are holding on to. This may involve reflecting on relationships, habits, or mindsets that have become detrimental to our well-being. It can be helpful to take a step back and evaluate how these attachments affect our lives. Are they draining our energy? Do they contribute to feelings of inadequacy or stress? By identifying what no longer serves us, we can gain clarity on what we need to release. This self-reflection can be a transformative exercise, illuminating the areas in our lives that may require change. Once we have recognized what we need to let go of, the next step is to process our emotions surrounding that attachment. Letting go often comes with feelings of grief, nostalgia, or fear. It's essential to honor these emotions rather than suppress them. Allow yourself to feel the sadness or discomfort that may arise. This is a natural part of the healing process. Journaling can be an effective way to explore these feelings, as writing down your thoughts can help clarify your emotions and provide an outlet for expression. As you navigate this emotional landscape, remind yourself that it's okay to feel vulnerable. This vulnerability is a sign of your humanity and strength. In some cases, letting go may involve difficult conversations or actions, especially when it comes to relationships. It's important to approach these situations with honesty and compassion. If a relationship is no longer healthy or supportive, it may be necessary to set boundaries or, in some cases, end that relationship altogether. While this can be painful, it is essential to prioritize your well-being. Communicating your needs clearly and respectfully can facilitate a smoother transition. Remember that it is not your responsibility to manage others' reactions. Your primary focus should be on your own growth and healing. Another aspect of letting go involves shifting our mindset. Often we cling to past experiences because they define our sense of self or security. We may fear that letting go means losing a part of ourselves. However, it's crucial to recognize that our identities are not solely tied to our pasts. We are constantly evolving, and letting go can create space for new experiences that enrich our lives. Embrace the idea that change is a natural part of life. By releasing outdated beliefs or identities, you open yourself to new possibilities and opportunities for growth. Practicing gratitude can also support the process of letting go. When we focus on what we are grateful for, we shift our attention away from what we are losing to what we are gaining. Take time to reflect on the lessons learned from past experiences or relationships. What strengths did you develop? How did these experiences shape you? Acknowledging the positive aspects of your journey allows you to release attachments with a sense of appreciation rather than loss. This mindset shift can be empowering, reinforcing the idea that every experience contributes to our growth and development. As you work through the process of letting go, it's important to be patient with yourself. Change takes time, and it's natural to feel hesitant or fearful about what lies ahead. Remind yourself that healing is not linear. There will be moments of progress and moments of difficulty. Practicing self-compassion during this time is crucial. Treat yourself with the same kindness and understanding you would offer to a friend facing a similar challenge. By being gentle with yourself, you create a safe space for healing and growth. In addition to self-compassion, consider seeking support from others. Sharing your journey with trusted friends, family, or a therapist can provide valuable perspective and encouragement. Surrounding yourself with supportive individuals can help reinforce your commitment to letting go. They can offer insight, share their own experiences, and remind you of your strength during challenging moments. Engaging in supportive communities, whether in person or online, can also foster a sense of connection and understanding as you navigate the process of letting go. Physical rituals can also be powerful tools for letting go. Engaging in symbolic acts can provide a sense of closure and release. For instance, you might write a letter to someone or something you need to let go of, and then safely burn it as a way of signifying release. Alternatively, creating a vision board that reflects your aspirations for the future can help shift your focus toward new possibilities. These rituals serve as tangible representations of your commitment to moving forward, allowing you to release attachments in a meaningful way. As you continue on this journey, it's essential to embrace uncertainty. Letting go often involves stepping into the unknown, which can be intimidating. However, uncertainty can also be a fertile ground for new beginnings. Instead of fearing the unknown, try to view it as an opportunity for growth and exploration. Remind yourself that life is filled with possibilities, and by releasing what no longer serves you, you are creating space for new experiences and connections that align with your true self. Letting go is a continuous process, one that requires ongoing reflection and adjustment. It's important to periodically reassess what you are holding on to and whether it still serves your well-being. Life evolves, and so do our needs and priorities. By making letting go a regular practice, you can cultivate a mindset that embraces change and growth. In embracing the practice of letting go, we open ourselves to a more fulfilling and authentic life. It allows us to shed the burdens of the past, creating space for new experiences, relationships, and opportunities. While the process may be challenging, the rewards of embracing change and focusing on our personal growth are immeasurable. By acknowledging our emotions, shifting our mindsets, and seeking support, we can navigate the journey of letting go with grace and resilience. Ultimately, this practice empowers us to live fully in the present, embracing the richness of life as it unfolds. As we conclude our journey through the themes of recognizing our worth and the power of letting go, we are reminded that our experiences shape us, but they do not define us. Embracing the idea that they will regret losing you. This is about understanding the value we bring to our relationships and the importance of nurturing our own well-being. Setting boundaries and practicing self-compassion are vital steps in reclaiming our space and honoring our needs. By focusing on growth, we transform challenges into opportunities, allowing us to evolve into our best selves. And as we learn to let go of what no longer serves us, be it outdated beliefs, unfulfilling relationships, or past mistakes, we create room for new possibilities and connections that align with our true essence. This journey is not just about individual growth, it's about cultivating a supportive community where we uplift one another. By embracing our worth and encouraging those around us to do the same, we foster an environment of mutual respect and understanding. So as you move forward, carry these lessons with you and know that by valuing yourself and your journey, you empower others to recognize their own worth as well. Together, we can create a ripple effect of positivity, resilience, and authenticity in our lives and beyond.